Tonight on KSL Outdoors. Oh, pretty fish.
An organization that aims to help our wounded veterans by reintroducing them to the outdoors. Plus,
first time ever hunting and I got an elk.
Division of Wildlife Conservation officers do the same on a Utah elk hunt.
I'm Adam Eakle and this is KSL Outdoors.
KSL Outdoors with Adam Eakle is brought to you by your local Ford stores.
Welcome to KSL Outdoors and welcome to Idaho. I'm Adam Eakle. Today we're coming to you from the South Fork of the Snake River here at the South Fork Lodge. We're bringing you a special retreat with the guys from the Warriors Afield Foundation.
How many years have you been running this river, Bill?
21.
21? Wow, it's a long time.
We're here on the South Fork of the Snake River up in Swan Valley, Idaho, and we are participating in the 4th annual Skirmish on the South Fork fundraiser for Warriors Afield Legacy Foundation.
Founded in Utah, the Warriors Afield Foundation is a 100% nonprofit organization that gives back to our wounded combat veterans by taking them into the outdoors for outdoor recreation rehab. From shooting to hunting to, like today, where they're fly fishing the South Fork of the Snake River.
We pair them up with senior mentors, guys and gals who have been in the military themselves and who have gone through combat situations and then transitioned back into the civilian life. Those mentors donate their time, their resources. They come to these events on their own and are here and become buddies and lifelong friends with these young vets.
We've walked the path that many of these, I call them kids, they're not, they're somewhere between 20 and 40 with OIF, OEF, but we've walked that same path. And we know what some of the pitfalls may or may not be, or we know what the challenges that they're facing are, and we can help them through that. So we match up in a mentor-protege relationship, an older veteran with a younger veteran, and for 3 days we hunt, we fish, we tell war stories, we cry, oftentimes, but we do it in a setting where everyone is understood. And we've had some really, I think, significant successes.
The Warriors Afield Foundation was first set up and paid for by former veterans. Once the foundation took hold, they reached out to local companies to continue the work. And Burt Brothers Tire and Service was just one of the many companies that stood tall and helped out with the finances.
Wendell Burt, our owner, sat down with Bill Hansen and I for lunch one day, and we heard the story for about an hour and a half, and it's fascinating. You know, they've got a great thing going, a great foundation that, you know, just does a lot of good for these kids that, you know, can't get out and do some of these things. They provide them with a lot of gear, a lot of training so they can go home and take that to their kids, have things to do with their families now instead of, you know, sit home in front of a TV with nothing to do.
Think about letting the rod do more of the work, load and unload. Stab this guy, stab the water. Try to get a really big one.
Some of them, this is new. Obviously, we're on the South Fork today. This is our home water. It's something we're very passionate about, something that we enjoy. And anytime you can get, you know, people who are a little bit out of their comfort zone or maybe into something that they haven't yet experienced, that's always fun to see that reaction for the first time.
The fishing today is tough.
There's a fish, little guy, but we'll take, oh, and he got off.
Okay, really tough.
There he is, oh! He took it down, did you see that? I had him.
But the lack of catching didn't dampen the spirits of these veterans or their fishing guides, who donated their time to take these vets down the river.
Yeah, we got fish. I mean, it's a good cause, great guys, and it's late in the season and we're all like, you know, pretty smoked, but we're more than willing to give up a couple days for these guys who've, you know, given up so much for us. And they sure appreciate it and we appreciate them, so it's, you know, it's a no-brainer.
Oh, pretty fish.
A lot of these guys have been through a lot, from injuries to, you know, seeing their buddies go down and just having trauma in the head. So it's a mixed bag, but we're more than willing to help. I mean, it's great.
Well, the bite's been pretty tough this morning. The guys have hooked a few, haven't quite landed it. We'll have more on Warriors Afield Legacy Foundation in a moment. We're going to introduce you to some men from Utah who paid the ultimate price. That in a moment, but first, tonight's climate quiz question.
The majestic South Fork of the Snake River flows 66 miles across southeastern Idaho through high mountain valleys, rugged canyons, and broad floodplains to its confluence with the Henry's Fork River. The South Fork of the Snake River has been called Idaho's most unique riparian ecosystem, containing the largest continuous cottonwood ecosystem in the state. The river also supports the largest wild and native cutthroat fishery outside of Yellowstone National Park. Our climate quiz question, however, tonight is, what two types of cutthroat can you catch in the South Fork of the Snake River? Now, if you know the answer, log on to our KSL Outdoors Facebook page, give us the correct answer, and while you're at it, give us a like. We'll then randomly select and announce a winner on our Facebook page the following week. The winner's set to receive a Climate Static V sleeping pad. Climate comfortable, rugged, and lightweight. KSL Outdoors will be right back to Idaho.
KSL Outdoors is also brought to you by Fish Tech Outfitters, Utah State Parks, Burt Brothers, Sportsman's Warehouse, Evanston, Wyoming, Climate, Intermountain Wind and Solar, and Camp Chef.
Eat it. There he is. Nice. It's been a tough day of fishing, but we're finally getting a few. Here he comes. Probably won't need to bring him too much further than that. Boy, pretty fish.
Welcome back to the Warriors Afield Legacy Foundation benefit for wounded veterans.
I was a Marine, and I was with Charlie Company, 4th LAR Battalion.
I was a combat engineer. I did route clearance.
Tonight, we're going to introduce you to two disabled vets, both from Utah. Both served our country honorably, and both lost part of their leg in combat.
Deployed to Iraq in 2003, and then I actually got the opportunity to go back and work with the Iraqi police in 2007, 2008. I was a police transition training team. But then we got our opportunity to go to Afghanistan, and that's where I got my injury from.
Kind of a difficult position to be in, because not only did you have to find the IEDs and you had to find them for yourself, but if you missed one and you had somebody behind you get hit, still kind of fell on your shoulders as well. So
our vehicle was lucky when we got hit by the IED that we got hit by, because the main brunt of the explosion went underneath my turret instead of further back on my vehicle, which could have caused us a lot more damage, could have killed us even.
I don't remember after I was injured. I was unconscious.
I took the brunt of the majority of the injuries. We had other Marines that were injured on the vehicle as well that were medevaced with me.
I fished before, I did some hunting before, I hiked before. That's kind of what I did. Still getting out and doing it as much as I can and just figuring it out, and that's why programs like this are so great, is they allow us to get out and do it with other soldiers, other wounded military men and women, and we get to have that camaraderie that's there.
My first event was actually down in Castle Valley area at the Castle Valley Outdoors. It's everything that I want to be able to do when I get older to, help those other veterans that are having, those issues and don't think they can get out anymore. They can't do the things they used to do, because that's the way I felt initially. I was pissed off and angry all the time because I was in so much pain. And now it's like I'm able to do all this stuff, and I'm able to come to these events with Warriors Legacy Foundation and to relate and talk and enjoy the outdoors together. And I want to be able to pass those things on.
They help us to be able to be adaptive in the ways we think about it. You can do this, show us, look, we're here helping you, but it's still, we are a means to provide the way, but then look, you can do this on your own. Through fly fishing, through hunting, through things like that, it ultimately opens the door to say, to us to realize, I can do this.
We've had kids said, I've been hurt so bad I didn't think I could teach my son to hunt or shoot, my daughter to hunt or shoot. We've shown them that they can do it, and it's been a dramatic change. So I think we've not only helped the soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, but their families as well.
For more information on how to get involved, check out warriorsafieldlegacyfoundation.com. Hey, coming up next on KSL Outdoors,
all around great people.
We'll have another story of another organization helping our vets. But first, back to the guys at Fish Tech for tonight's fishing report.
Have you ever walked into a dark room, flipped on the light switch and seen something run across the floor? You don't know what it was a bug? There it is. It's an attractor. Hi, I'm Mickey Anderson from Fish Tech with this week's Attractor Fly Report. By this time of year, fish have been feeding on a variety of flies, and attractor flies work really well. Attractors are flies that are tied in colors not normally found in nature. Fish are very curious, and since they don't have hands to hold a fly, they put it in their mouth to try to figure out what it is. But even with this, they sometimes get a little bit selective, so you need a variety of colors and sizes. Now, if you're fishing a stream that's got a lot of terrestrials, a lot of hoppers and crickets, use a fly like this, and it can be big. Don't be afraid to try something big. If you've got a lot of mayflies, use an upright wing like these, or if it's got a lot of caddis, try this downwing pattern. Now, attractors are also used in nymphs. If there's a lot of stoneflies, try these. Mayfly nymphs are here. Caddis nymphs and even midge nymphs are used as attractors. This time of year the water's low and clear though, so you're going to need to sneak up on these fish. Get down on your knees when you're fishing these flies. And don't forget a streamer. Hey, for these attractor flies and a whole lot more, come on down to Fish Tech, we'll help you out. And now for tonight's fishing line.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors. I'm Tanya Kiefer. Adam just got done showing you some fun adventures up on the Snake River. Fishing was a little tough. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit, hit the mountains, and try to fulfill a couple of cow tags for a couple of first-time big game hunters.
Elk are going to come out depending on light. We're going to let them feed as close as possible.
So we're down here on the Book Cliffs with the Sportsman Fish and Wildlife, KSL, and a couple conservation officers trying to get it done for two young men with a cow elk tag. One wounded warrior out of Colorado, David, and then Charlie DeJournet, kid out of Lehigh who's got some autism and some physical capabilities.
Charlie, what's your strategy for today?
My strategy for this hunt and to do a good practice shot, just to stay calm and focus on what I'm doing.
Yep, just like that.
We have the UCOA, which is Utah Conservation Officers Association. It's just a group of game wardens, most of the game wardens in the state. We all put money towards this every month into the UCOA fund, and that goes towards various numbers of activities. A lot of them are for these youth hunts or these special need hunts. UCOA paid for the vouchers for this hunt. The Mule Deer Foundation, the Sportsman Fish and Wildlife, and some local businesses like the Golden Corral gave us some meals for free. We got a discount on the Quality Inn. Sportsman's Warehouse was able to give us some camouflage hats and vouchers that you'll see Charlie wearing.
Last night they came in from right here to right there, about a 100-yard stretch.
These things come together because sportsmen want to see this happen. They know how special this can be.
Oh, well, we got set up in good cover and concealment. We waited there for about, I want to say, hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. At first we saw four coming down these cliffs here, and then all of a sudden it was just like one after the other, maybe 30 to 80, just all coming down. And I took my first shot, and we heard a loud thump, but no one thought I hit anything. The herd started feeding again, and I took another shot at 8:22 with 30 seconds to spare, and she went down, so can't wait to eat this thing.
Can't wait to eat this thing. Well, that one will taste good.
Yeah.
They get a life-changing experience. For one, we like to think of all the trips as outdoor therapy. A lot of guys, when they get out of the military, they'll sit on the couch and they feel they don't have a purpose, or that they're just not sure what to do now, especially guys that were forced out due to medical reasons or anything like that, and they can go to dark places. So we get them out, we show them a hobby that maybe they've never been on, like this trip today. You know, he's a first-time hunter, and maybe they've done it before, but they haven't done it since they were hurt. So we bring them back out, we get them with a group of guys kind of the same, we have some fun, we get them joking, laughing, you build long-time relationships and camaraderie.
Just follow that spine with your knife, get on the same angle as the spine.
He's fought for our country in Afghanistan. I think he said he did 6 or 7 tours. I don't know anybody else personally that has given more to our country than him. And for him to come out and have a chance at this cow elk, that was the biggest thing for him. That was huge.
How was that?
Freaking awesome. First time ever hunting, and I got an elk.
We had two great things happen today. One hunter made two great ethical shots, and the other one made a great ethical decision and says, I can't see out of my scope good enough to make the shot. So that taught me something right there. I was very impressed. Right. Very impressed.
Great way to show respect for our veterans. You know, we had wishes for warriors, we had hunt for the brave, you know, great combined effort, and we came away with a first-time harvest, which I haven't even done yet. We'll get there someday. Time now to check out tonight's Utah Field Guide.
With the start of the waterfowl season next Saturday, we thought it only appropriate to highlight one of the species that hunters will be targeting, the Canada goose. Native to Arctic and temperate regions of North America, the Canada goose occasionally migrates to reaches in northern Europe. Some migratory populations of Canada geese are not going as far south in the winter as they used to. This northward range shift has been attributed to changes in farm practices, hunting pressure, and changes in the weather. Canada geese are found throughout much of northern and central Utah and are particularly drawn to lawns for two reasons. They can digest grass, and when they are feeding with their young, manicured lawns give them a wide, unobstructed view of any approaching predators. So they are especially abundant in parks, golf courses, and other areas with expansive lawns and water. For more information about Canada geese or any other critter found in Utah, check out our Utah Field Guide on the KSL Outdoors page at ksltv.com.
You know, we woke up this morning, it had to be 45, 50 degrees. Pretty cold. Fall is definitely in the air. Let's check that recreation forecast now by turning it over to Kevin back in the weather department. Welcome back to KSL Outdoors, back here along the South Fork of the Snake River. I'm Adam Eakle. Hey, don't forget, if you're looking for some ideas to get your family into the outdoors, you can always find some right there on our outdoors calendar page at ksltv.com. Check out that beautiful fish, a Snake River small spot cutthroat. Just a neat golden color. They're fantastic. Wish we had those in Utah. Hey, don't forget, when you come to the Snake River, catch a beautiful fish, take a picture, submit a snapshot to our contest. You might walk away with our big prize from Camp Chef. Now here it is, the best of the week, our snapshot of the week.
We kick it off in Nevada with Jordan, his 4-year-old son Riot, and their 2 Jack Russell Terriers, Gus and Brandy. This was Riot's first coyote calling hunt with Dad. They battled wind, rain, but this sunset was the perfect ending for Riot's first hunt. Dawn and Ludell Rose have enjoyed 50 years of memorable hunting and fishing trips together. In August, they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary with a fishing trip to southeastern Alaska. Both the anniversary and trip proved to be golden when Ludell caught this 20-pound yelloweye. They are looking forward to their next 50 years of fishing and hunting together. Who needs a tree stand when you have the kitchen window? Danny lives in Harriman, and all summer long these 2 bucks have been hanging around in his backyard. His 2-year-old twins call them elk and love to come to the window when they're hanging around. This is Ryan's 5-month-old pointer, Trig. Ryan had the pup up in the high Uintas this summer and says he and the dog are ready for the upcoming hunts. He hopes the next picture he submits is one with Trig and a beautiful ringneck in his mouth. And finally, our winner tonight just started targeting tiger muskie in Utah and has already caught the bug. This is JC's 8th ever muskie. Back in June, he was fishing up at Pineview when he noticed a lure laying on the beach. He grabbed that lure and used it to catch this 52-inch tiger muskie. JC ended up finding the lure's owner, who had caught the exact fish 3 years earlier when the fish was 49 inches long, and the angler had a picture to prove it. JC gave the guy his lure back and now takes home our big prize for having the snapshot of the week. Remember, submit your pictures or video plus an explanation of your latest outdoor adventures online at ksltv.com. The winner each week wins a commemorative 100th anniversary National Parks cast iron Dutch oven and skillet. And now the winner is also entered into our Ford Trucks quarterly Facebook giveaway for a Camp Chef pellet grill.
If you're going to smoke, grill, or bake, the Camp Chef Smoke Pro's got you covered. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
Well, the guys are tuckered out. They're pounding some food, some drinks, having a good time.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah.
Good
Hey,
day.
if there's a company out there or even a donor that maybe wants to help out with something like this, they want to get involved, where do they find some information about you?
Absolutely. They can find us on the web at www.warriorsAfield.org. We've also got the ability to donate directly online if they would like to remain anonymous. We can do that also. And then you'll also find us at the ISE show, hanging out with the Burt Brothers guys. You'll see us at the Wasatch Fly Fishing Expo. So,
and again, almost all this money goes directly into events
all
like
this money goes directly into the events with the veterans and their mentors. We spend hundreds and hundreds of hours just giving back and making these guys have a better life and get out in the outdoors, really.
Cool. Hey, thanks. That was a lot of fun.
Adam, thanks for having me.
Meeting some of these American heroes. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, our honor. Thanks.
Good deal. So if you get a chance, come up to the South Fork of the Snake River, get up here and make some memories with your family and friends. I'm Adam Eakle. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.